Welcome to SDH's wrap-up on everything that happened internationally in soccer on your Monday. We had 3 matches that were on the board in the World Cup, and what we will do is we will take you through the numbers, the stats, and we'll hear from some of the particulars and some of the principles from the 3 particular matches that happened. We'll get you ready for your action on the 22nd. It was early on in the morning. It was England and Iran. England entered the match at a minus 263. Your draw is a plus 365. Iran was at a plus 919, and it was all one-way traffic. Moments like this for England, especially in the first 45, courtesy of our friends at Telemundo Sports.
Sí, señores, viene por el sector de la derecha, mete el centro, gol. Señoras y señores, los 3 leones están goleando a Irán 3-0.
Viste lo que te decía anteriormente de la salida de Kane, cómo cuando sale ahora encuentra más espacio y ahí donde Kane se siente cómodo, hace salir a los defensores a una zona donde no se van a sentir cómodos y ahí donde aparecen Saka, los jugadores, Bellingham, puede aparecer también Sterling como en este caso.
So England gets the win 6-2 in dynamic fashion, and so here's some post-match comments from Gareth Southgate, courtesy of our friends at Sky Sports News, and then Jeff Shreves from Fox Sports caught up with him as well.
Really pleased with our attacking play. We know that Iran usually are very difficult to score goals against, so it's a credit to our players, the way their movement, the quality of their passing, the quality of our finishing. I didn't like the end of the game. To concede 2 goals the way we did isn't the level that we need. So, we're going to have to be better than we were today in certain aspects of our game against the USA, because they're going to be coming for us full throttle, and we're going to have to reset. I don't like games that drift as this one did, and it was difficult because there was so much added time in both halves. So I understand the focus drifting a little, but that won't be enough for us to progress in the tournament. And so we've still got a lot to do to qualify.
Coaches are always seeking perfection, but Gareth Southgate, could that have gone much better for you?
Well, it's 6-0, yes. Because I really liked so much of what we did, and we looked a real threat. But the end of the game, because of the amount of time added on, because of the break-up in the flow of it, to concede as we did is really annoying. And we're going to have to completely shift the mindset. You know, that game petered out. We're going to have the game of all games against the States, and they're going to be out the traps, pressing us hard. So we're going to have to reset after this. But of course, I'm delighted to win the game in the manner that we did as well.
Match number 2 on the day, the Netherlands over Senegal by the score of 2-0 at a minus 152. Your draw was a plus 267. Senegal came in at a plus 202. Then USA and Wales. Everyone was keeping an eye on that one. Here are your 2 moments of the match. Once again, Andres Cantor on the call, courtesy of our friends at Telemundo Sports.
Estados Unidos es peligroso. ¡Qué buena pelota! ¡Está el primero! Lo anticiparon nuestros analistas.
Enorme definición para el cuarto gol con la camiseta de USA. Estados Unidos es peligroso coronarse campeón. ¡Bale, gol! Su gran estrella, Gareth Bale, que desde el mes de septiembre solo había jugado 28 minutos, hoy parece va a completar el partido y por ahora y solo por ahora, porque habrá mucho tiempo agregado, le está dando el empate a Gales.
No podía ser otro jugador, el mejor jugador, el más emblemático de Gales. Qué manera de cobrarlo con toda decisión, a pesar de que se lo adivinan, le pegó con tal potencia.
After the match, Jenny Taft from Fox caught up with U.S. men's national team head coach Greg Berhalter.
All right, Greg, I want to ask you about the overall performance today. It felt like in the first half you talked about wanting to keep that intensity up. In the second, it felt like it was a little bit different. How would you evaluate the night and ending in a tie?
I think we lost a little bit of power, but in the same sense, Wales stepped up their pressure, and we had some good counterattacking opportunities. But I thought the guys dealt with it well. We kept going to the end. It was a hard-fought game. We left everything out there.
Is there anything you'd look to address specifically with the team, as we know it's a big challenge coming up against England Friday?
Well, what I'd say is Wales went very direct in the second half, and they got a big team, and they made it difficult. So I think we managed a lot of our pressure well, but when they hit long balls and play for second balls, it becomes difficult.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
It was a really important point for us, and I thought, with the last 10 minutes, I thought if anybody was going to go on to get the winner, it was us as well.
We'll continue here with the gentleman in first row, please.
I just wonder if you could speak, Paul Tenorio from The Athletic, I wonder if you could speak to Gareth's savvy, his ability to kind of get his body in front to draw that penalty, and his abilities still are to change games in those little moments that make all the difference.
Yeah, well, we've sort of evolved Gareth's position then, put it that way. He can still play out wide, of course he can, but I like to give him the freedom to come inside and play off a front man. He's very good at finding those spaces. He's intelligent. He's got a wise head, so he puts himself in those positions in the box to be able to get us penalties. And defenders commit to making tackles, and if they don't get the timing right in the box, inevitably it's a penalty. So I think he used all his wisdom there.
So that sets up, really, everybody up against Iran in Group B. England put 6 on the board, goal difference at a +4. USA and Wales come through with a point apiece. And so everyone is going to be looking at match day 3 and what it looks like. What is Team USA going to have to do to go up against Iran? Because we know that Black Friday is going to be a tough contest against England. And we will get into all of those particulars as we get closer to that match. Let's take a peek at some of the stats and get you through the matches on the day. Taking a peek at England's numbers, once again, courtesy of our friends at SofaScore. Jordan Pickford finished with a 6.2. Kieran Trippier and at a 7.3. John Stones at a 6.6. Harry Maguire at a 7.5. We will keep an eye out on his injury as he was substituted after a clash of heads, and he went straight down the tunnel, so we'll keep an eye on that. Luke Shaw finished up at a 6.9. Jude Bellingham with a goal at an 8.2. Bukayo Saka with a brace at an 8.5. Declan Rice had a 7. Raheem Sterling with a goal had a 7.4. Mason Mount a 7.3. Harry Kane, who wore the captain's armband that said no discrimination on it, courtesy of FIFA, had a 7.9 on the day. Mehdi Taremi had an 8 for Iran. Everyone on the roster that started had 5s and 6s on the day defensively. Looking at your statistics on the board, England, no surprise, had 78% of the possession. Total shots were 13-8, shots on target 7-3. Shots off target, Iran led that one 4-2. Block shots 4-1 in favor of England. No corners on the day for Iran, as England had 8. 14 fouls on the day for Iran, only 9 for Great Britain for England. Yellow cards 2 for Iran, none for England. Big chances were 3-2 in favor of England. And counterattack shots, both went to Iran in that case. One big chance missed. 10 shots inside the box for England compared to 6 for Iran. 3 outside the box, 1 save each for each keeper on the day. Almost 800 passes on the day for England, clipping 90% success rate, 716 out of 797, 63% on 45 long balls on the day. Only 12 of 44 for Iran. Crosses 6 and 0 were the numbers of success. 6 for England at 29%, 0 for 8 in crosses. Dribbling was 65% to 14. Duels won 48 of the 80 went to England, so roughly 63-37 on the duels. Aerials won across the board 10-10, 13 tackles to 12, 16 interceptions for Iran, 23 clearances on the day. Not a whole lot of work defensively needed for England, 4 clearances and 7 interceptions. Now to the action in Group A. Senegal and the Netherlands got that group kicked off, and it was lineup numbers once again. Edouard Mendy for Senegal had a 5.7, a rough day for Edouard Mendy, getting such a low number. 1 save, 1 punch, 1 successful run out, 2 high claims, 1 error leading to a goal. 37 touches on the day, 82% in his passing, 5 of 10 on his long balls. He had 2 clearances. He won 2 out of 3 in the air. So a rough day from SofaScore for Edouard Mendy. Numbers across the board, pretty much 6s and 7s when it came to Senegal. For the Netherlands, Janssen had a 7. Steven Bergwijn a 6.8. Cody Gakpo, definitely one of the players to keep an eye on the tournament, a 7.8. Daley Blind had north of a 7. Frankie de Jong had a 7.7. Steven Berghuis had a 6.5. Denzel Dumfries had a 6.1. Matthijs de Ligt with his yellow card. We'll have to keep an eye on that in the next match because, once again, remember, only 2 yellows mean that you serve a suspension, and that would mean match day 3 if that was to happen. Virgil van Dijk, who wore the captain's armband, had a 7, as did Nathan Ake. Andries Noppert, 6 feet 8 inches tall in net, getting the start for the Netherlands. He had an 8 on the day. Statistics for the match in and of itself, it was 47% possession for Senegal, 53% for the Netherlands. Senegal had 15 shots compared to 10, led in all the shooting categories. 4 3-shots on target, 7 4 off target, 4 blocks to 3. 7 corners for Denmark compared to 6, 2 offside for the visitors in Senegal, also 2 yellow cards, 13 fouls apiece for each side. 2 big chances went the Netherlands' way. Shots inside the box, 8. Shots outside the box, 7. So evenly distributed for Senegal on the day. 4 saves on the day for the Netherlands. Passes, 81% for the success rate for the Netherlands, 355 of 436, 80% for the Senegalese. 26 long balls compared to 16, 8 crosses compared to 7. Both of those won by Senegal. Dribbles, each 4 successful. Duels won slightly for Senegal, 53% to 47. Aerials won. It was basically 51-49, 22 of 42 there in the aerials. 14 tackles, 10 interceptions, 32 clearances for the Senegalese up against the Netherlands. Netherlands had 10 tackles, 6 picks, and only 14 clearances on the day. So those are your numbers in that match. Let's go to the third one of the day, USA and Wales. And obviously we will be looking at analyzing this one backward, forward, and upside down on SDH on Tuesday morning. Your lineups, Matt Turner had a 6.8 in net. Serginho Dest a yellow. Tim Ream a yellow. Weston McKennie a yellow. Have to keep an eye on that, as did Gareth Bale get a yellow as well. So Dest a 6.7. Walker Zimmerman a 6.5. Tim Ream a 7.2. Anthony Robinson a 6.7. Tyler Adams had a fantastic day at a 7.4. Weston McKennie a 6.4. Yunus Musa a 6.5 before he was substituted. Timothy Weah a 7.3. Josh Sargent before he was substituted at 6.3. Christian Pulisic, who got beat up out there, had a 7.2. 2. Stats on the day. Tyler Adams, once again, a tremendous day for the U.S. Ball possession, 59-41 in favor of the United States. Total shots, 7-6 to Wales, 3 one-shots on target. So the U.S. had 4 off target with 1 block each. U.S. had 5 corners to 3. Each team called offside 1 time. 15-10 in fouls in favor of the United States, if you're wanting to call that in favor. But you also had the 4 yellow cards to the United States, 2 in the first 20 minutes. Once again, keeping an eye on that as well. Everything in the big chances and counterattacks category was a Welsh advantage. 3-2 in big chances, 2-1 missed. 1 shot hit the woodwork for the United States. Counterattacks 1-0. Counterattack shots 1-0. Shots inside the box 5-4. Each team had 2 shots outside the box. 2 saves for Matt Turner. 1 save for Wayne Hennessy. Passes on the day, the U.S. had about 160 more passes, completing at an 87% clip. Wales completed at a 76% efficiency rate. Long balls, 39 for Wales compared to 24 for the U.S. Crosses, 5-4 to Wales. And dribbles and possession lost, believe it or not, 50-50 in possessions lost. Dribbles, 3 each. The Welsh won 47 of the 88 duels, yet the U.S. won 15 of the 27 in the air. Tackles, picks, and clearances all on the Welsh side. 18 tackles to 14, 8-6 in interceptions, 29 clearances on the day for Wales compared to 18 for the United States. So that sets us up for action tomorrow. And it is going to be 4 matches, very, very bright and early, 5 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast, which means 1 o'clock in the afternoon in Qatar. Argentina and Saudi Arabia. Argentina, a big favorite at a minus 667. 8 o'clock Eastern, Denmark and Tunisia. Denmark favored at a minus 167. Mexico and Poland at 11 Eastern time. Mexico is a plus 161. Poland and the draw, basically the same at a plus 205. France and Australia, your 2 o'clock match. France at a minus 370. Australia north of plus 1100 on the board. So that's your quick wrap of everything that happened in the host nation for the international tournament on your Monday. We'll be back at it again tomorrow. I'll let you know what else is going on, what happened with the matches on the 22nd. Thanks for hanging out with us in the morning on SDH, and we'll keep and listening to everything else that's going on here on the network. For everybody here, I'm just John. Play it safe, everybody. Enjoy the game.